This week in Jamaica Now.
We are waiting for the 1.5. We want it drop like a bomb.
Finance Minister Audley Shaw says it won't be long before he details the promised income tax relief plan. Government looking to collect more GCT and revenues from motor vehicle licenses this year. Hunt continues for Jamaica's most wanted Marlon Duppy Flim Perry. Former National Security Minister defends granting immunity to soldiers in May 2010 Tivoli Gardens incursion. The latest on the rejection of Jamaicans seeking to enter Trinidad. The details of these and other stories coming up after the break.
Wherever in the world we are, Jamaica is with us. In our hearts, in the way we talk, in the way we walk. In the Gleaner. Access Jamaican news anytime, anywhere on your smartphone, tablet or computer. Stay on top of what I want by reading today. Stay informed with your #1 Jamaican news source, The Gleaner. Become a digital subscriber today at www.jamaica-gleaner.com. Anytime, anywhere.
I'm Caroline Brown and this is Jamaica Now. The Finance Minister Audley Shaw has rejected suggestions of the co-chairman of the Economic Program Oversight Committee to delay the implementation of the income tax relief for people earning up to $1.5 million a year, saying it won't be long before he details the plan. And Mr. Shaw has sought to allay fears that the plan would derail Jamaica's program with the International Monetary Fund.
You assume that we implement the plan without any appropriate remedy to support it, then he would be right that it would put the IMF program into danger. But then that cannot be the assumption. We have a plan.
And the government will be seeking to collect an additional $16.3 billion in general consumption tax GCT this year as it aims to plug the shortfall in the budget. There is also likely to be an increase in motor vehicle licenses and special consumption taxes to finance the $580 billion budget tabled by the Finance Minister on Thursday. In the meantime, Governor General Sir Patrick Allen says the government is to pursue an active legislative agenda this year.
Parliament this year will see legislation to create fixed election dates and term limits for the Prime Minister. The impeachment legislation will provide for impeachment proceedings to be brought against corrupt public officials and parliamentarians.
Sir Patrick also says water and housing will be among the priorities of the administration as it focuses on economic growth. Former National Security Minister Peter Bunting has defended his decision to grant immunity from prosecution to members of the Jamaica Defence Force who used mortars in the May 2010 Tivoli Gardens operations. The Independent Commission of Investigations this week contended in court that in January, Bunting issued certificates granting the immunity, although the regulation for such powers expired more than 5 years ago. But Mr. Bunting said what he did was right in law. The hunt is continuing for one of Jamaica's most wanted men, Marlon Duppy Flim Perry. He and some of his cronies escaped a major police dragnet in Harbour View in East Kingston on Wednesday morning. But one man was killed in a reported shootout and another later found hiding in a church. Foreign Affairs Minister Kamina Johnson-Smith has requested specific timelines from the Trinidadian government to address concerns related to the treatment of Jamaicans seeking to enter that country. It follows what Mrs. Johnson-Smith says are the high rates of denial of entry of Jamaicans and the treatment being meted out to them by immigration officials in Port of Spain.
It was made clear that Cabinet is concerned that despite the level at which previous discussions took place and the positions adopted, the issues continue to recur.
The Andrew Holness-led administration is facing increasing pressure over the secret swearing-in of the controversial Southwest St. Catherine MP Everald Warmington as a state minister in the office of the Prime Minister with responsibility for works. The media were not invited to cover the swearing-in of Mr. Warmington on Wednesday morning, and the Information Minister, Ruel Reid, was not aware that the ceremony had taken place or the duties that would be assigned to Mr. Warmington. And that's it for this edition of Jamaica Now, your weekly review of the big news stories. Send us your comments and online feedback at gleanerjm.com. You may tune into Power 106 FM for regular updates. Follow us on Twitter at Jamaica Gleaner and on Facebook at Gleaner Jamaica. I'm Carleen Brown, and before we go, highlights from the ceremonial opening of Parliament.